Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I am working on my Mission Inspiration Challenge for February. The first prompt was scrape or smear, I think that says smear, I can't see it, paint. So I decided I wanted to go with yellow. The challenges don't have color suggestions anymore, but I thought the yellow would go with the blue that was already on this page. So that's my total reasoning for using the yellow. And plus that paint is almost empty and I need to use it up. It is forever old. The next prompt was make marks with a brush or a comb. This is an old toothbrush that I use for splattering, so I decided that would work. The paint was kind of thin and dried pretty well, so it didn't make a lot of marks, but it gave it a little bit of texture. The next prompt, I know these first prompts go really quick, was to add fragments of newspaper. I don't have any, well, I know I've got some newspaper here somewhere, but I couldn't find it. And we don't get a newspaper anymore. So I just went online and looked for a newspaper and then printed a copy off. So I don't know if that's cheating, but that's what I had. So I'm tearing these kind of into, I know they're supposed to be fragments, into kind of figures. Just because at the time I was in the mood, I wanted to make some of these abstract sort of figures. I kind of like them. Not sure how well it goes with other prompts that are coming up, but hey, it'll be make for an interesting page, right? I mean, these challenges always are. They make for something interesting. I can usually do pretty good backgrounds, but my subjects kind of get lost, but it's okay. It's fun. It's just fun to try the challenge. And if you haven't tried Mike Deacon's Mission Inspiration Challenges, you should give it a try. He has a YouTube channel and a Facebook group, and it's a lot of fun. He also does mini missions in the middle of the month. So if you want extra challenges, they're there for you. I really like having challenges, but I've joined so many groups, I can only do the one. And I'm lucky if I get it in February. Alright, so the next was draw a whimsical animal. I didn't want a cutesy animal on here. I'd already decided my quote and my word, and cutesy just wasn't quite it. But I did draw these fairy wings and then cut them out so I could trace around them. And they're just kind of stylized wings. I don't know. Do they look fairy-like? Butterfly-like? Maybe a little bit. And then I'm going to take this Dina Wakley stamp that I stamped on tissue and glue it down. Humans are animals, right? Yeah, I think so. So that's what I'm going with. Because that's what I had, and it was a little less whimsy. But I gave her wings, so that's whimsical, right? I guess the day I did this, I wasn't in a whimsical mood. I don't know. I just wanted to do this. I am putting that down with matte medium. I'm adding a little extra, trying to get the tissue paper to disappear. So it's got a lot on there. And I decided to add it a little bit to the others, just to seal them off, so I could mess with them later. I'm going to take some yellow and fill in the wings so that they're 100% filled in, instead of the scraping like it was in the background. And I also go around the edges, kind of covering up some of that tissue. I think it disappears for the most part. Then I paint over it a little bit in most of the areas. And yeah, I want to fill them all in so they're even looking. So if you've ever done one of these challenges, or if you did this one, let me know. I'm curious. What did you use? What was your whimsical animal? Okay, it's dry, so now I'm taking a marker, a Posca, and going around it just because I got a little yellow paint on there and I want to make that stand out a little bit more. And then I think I go in and, I don't know, I go in and outline the figure a little bit, I think. It's one of Dina Wakley's scribble figures. I already had it, so I decided to go with it. And she's in a suit. I think that disappears at some point. Like you can't tell it's a suit at some point. Oh yeah, probably here where I fill it in with some of the blue paint. I was trying to think of something to say so I could fill up the space so that I don't have to play music, because it's such a pain to get copyright-free music and not get a copyright hit on your YouTube channel. So I gotta talk. And apparently I'm not very chatty. I'm doing this voiceover late at night. I guess I'm a little tired. I've been messing around all day. I've been doing some gel printing. You'll see more of that. I've been doing a lot of it lately. It's you know, I used to do a ton. Now I'm kind of getting back into it, I think. I've been doing a challenge where everybody else is doing an acrylic painting and I'm doing a gel print that represents the image that they have for their painting. It's been kind of difficult. If you've seen any of those videos, I've posted a few of them, and there'll be more. Because it's a whole year challenge once a week. We'll see if I get them all done. I've tried it 2, 3. This is my third year doing it. I've never made it all the way through. Okay, so the next prompt was a focal word. So I'm doing a big word, and that is shadows. There were word prompts. I can't remember all the words, but shadows was one of them, I believe. Was shadows one of them? Now I have to look. I'll look that up while I'm writing the word shadows. I don't think I took a picture of the prompts. I think it's just on Facebook. Yep. It's really bad to not be prepared, huh? Okay, so the next prompt was to stencil a little. So, or put paint through a stencil. So I decided I would use another Dina Wakley stencil, since I had them out, and I would give pattern to the wings. I'm talking and searching on Facebook at the same time. So, anyway, here it is. The words, mirror was the word. Okay, so I found a quote and that had mirror in it. But shadows is the first word of the quote, so that's why shadows is the big word. That's what it was. There was mirror, scraps, sunshine, eat, and dance. So, and I think I've got, with the yellow, I think maybe that was kind of inspired by the word sunshine. And then the shadow is actually kind of inspired by the word sunshine. But the word, I looked up quotes about mirrors and found the quote I'm going to use. Alright, so there are my wings all done. And I'm just giving my figures shadows. Just using a Stabilo All. And then I'll just add a little water to it. Just so they all kind of... The light is coming from behind the butterfly human. My whimsical animal. And shining on these figures. Casting a shadow. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I decided, since the sun was coming from behind the butterfly person, that it needed to be lighter yellow in that area. So that's why I mixed some white with my yellow. And I'm just going to kind of go around the butterfly human a little bit, just so that it glows a little bit more, so it looks like there is brightness behind, shining past. And that creates a silhouette, right, of the person. But the wings are translucent, so the light is shining through the wings too. That's my reasoning. Just fussing around, I guess. Getting that lighter color in there. I think I end up adding even more white. Oh, I put a little color on each of them. I don't know. I wanted them to have some light yellow on them, I guess. I do kind of a little bit of a close-up in the end, so you can see these figures a little bit better in the end. Oh yeah, here's where I added more white. Just to get it to lighten up. Really look like the sun is back there. Alright. So the next prompt was add white highlights or splatters. So I went with white highlights, and this is just a Jelly Roll pen, and I'm just highlighting around the figure, kind of accenting the edges so that it looks like there's light. Yeah. Alright, so my quote is, and I just start with the second word, so it's shadows cannot see themselves in the mirror of the sun. Shadows cannot see themselves in the mirror of the sun. And that's by Evita Peron. I thought that was an interesting quote. I guess the sun shines down and the shadows fade away. And I think I put Eva Peron and then fixed it to Evita. Alright, the next prompt was create a border with washi. I had forgotten about it, so then I had to cover up the bottom line where the name of who the quote was by, so I'll fix that. And I am adding a little bit of glue because I know that washi tape will not stay. I really didn't leave much space for a border, but I don't know, it kind of contains the mess, right? It's such a messy background, the way I scraped the paint on and stuff. It kind of gives order to the chaos, maybe, a little. You like how I do that? I end up with such a gluey finger when I glue washi, especially narrow washi, like this glittery stuff. It's the only thing I had in this color of blue, and I really wanted the blue to, well, I wanted the washi tape to match and go with it. I don't have yellow washi, so it's the closest I had. Now we're just gonna, I add a few scribbles around the edges. I think I add Evita's name, and I think that's about it. What do you think? Does it work? Does it fit the challenge? Maybe. Here's a little bit of a close-up. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave me a thumbs up and a comment. Appreciate all your comments. Thank you all for watching, and have an awesome day.